Hey guys, welcome back. So, as you may have noticed, I'm doing some car maintenance. The stupid door on the cup holder flops open. Now, this one is nice and solid. That's how this one should be, but this got broken, so there's a little spring inside, does not work. And since I'm going to be taking all of this off to get down inside the shifter, I will be able to fix this at the same time. So I will go over both. I may split them into separate videos, I'm not sure. Okay guys, so I've got my center console here, and as you can see, the cup holders are held together into the middle here with some screws, and so is the what do you call this, the boot? I'm not sure, this little flexible faux leather thing. I'm going to take all this out so I can wash this and get everything really clean, and we can see the springs for these little cup holders in here. Now I can see the one that's coming undone. I'll show it to you in a second. It is very obvious what the problem is, and it looks like the other one is just about to break as well, so there'll be a good time to fix both of them, I think, because with my luck I would fix one and the other would break right away. Oy, oy. There we go. More. There's one. Okay. They should come out. Now, I'm warning you, the front one is full of gook. So here's how the spring assembly looks on the side. Now this one is still working, but you can see there's a little tab right here that holds the spring, and this one is damn near gone. It's just about to break off. So I just need to figure out a way to keep this spring on this little peg. So I'll either see how it fits in here. I may be able to put a little screw with the washer over the end so it won't come off. It does have a hole in the end here, so I don't know if I can get the light in there. See, there's a little hole in there, so maybe I'll put a washer on the top, put a screw in there, or maybe screw through this way and put like a little peg or something to hold it in. But anyway, so here's the broken one, and you can see the little hook snapped off of the side there. So I'll get this thing lined back up, and the spring has like a little bend in it. There it goes, and then it just pops right back on this piece here. So now the little flappy door works. So I just have to pin that down somehow. I am not sure yet. I honestly think a little screw with the washer right in the end of this would probably do the trick just fine. Or I could maybe drill a little hole through the bottom of this mount and then just tie a little piece of wire around it. That would probably work just as well too. Maybe both. Just double backup, because this thing has annoyed me forever. It broke like about a few months after I got the car, and it always just would flap open when I put my elbow down. Oh, I hated it. So now this is finally going to get fixed, and while this is out, I'm going to go ahead and pull the shifter boot out so that I can clean around it and get all the gunk that's built up down there out. It looks like all of the screws that hold everything together in here are the same. So you can see that thing is really, really cruddy. So that'll be nice to clean out. And is this box attached? This box is molded in. The door is attached, and my little latch button here has been broken, and I was trying to see if there's a way I could fix it, but I would have to open up this this whole piece here. It needs to come apart, and I don't know how it's latched together. I have to look at it and see, but it is really late right now, so what I'm going to do is leave this here for the night, and then tomorrow during the day I will go through and knock out these changes and get a little bit of video of that, and then we'll reinstall it and call it done. Just take my car for a test drive. I'm very excited to drive with that shifter. Oh my god, it feels so much better. But should be good. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm tired. Later. All right, guys, so I'm back. It is the next day. Here is our part that we're gonna fix. Now, you can see there's a little pin right here that needs to hold on to this spring. And since the clip is broken, it needs to stay in place. I considered putting a screw into this hole with the washer, which would work, but I noticed that when this opens and closes, the spring tends to flex outward, which I'm gonna try to avoid that. And I decided what I'm going to do is put a little tiny hole through this support here and just use a safety pin just to hold the spring in place, because it doesn't require very much pressure to hold it in that position, like almost none, and it'll stay there. And as long as there's something to hold it down, it should be all set. I also considered putting in a nail that was bent and just glue it in here to keep it from popping off, but it gives you the same issue with the spring popping up and down, or left to right I should say. Once oriented this way, you see how it wants to push away from the body of the cup holder. So I'm going to drill a little hole, pop this through, and that should hold it in place. I think that'll be fine. Once it's done, I will add some glue to this to keep it from shaking around and making strange noises. But when I get that done, I'll show you what I did. So basically that is it. You can see I put the safety pin through one of these brackets here. And one good thing about having it hooked up this way is that the support goes across, it holds it inward, but it also allows the spring to move. Since the spring rotates back and forth, it doesn't impede that. It doesn't even make any noise, so I don't think it's going to shake or anything. I am still going to put a little dab of glue in there just to hold it still, but I think that's going to do it. And the front one was just about to break. You can see the little tab is actually broken right here when I took it out, and just hadn't popped off yet. So I'm going to do the same fix to this one, and then we'll get this thing reassembled. Just like that. And if you can see where the bit's going through, it's very difficult to see on screen here. One tiny little hole. I used a 1/16 of an inch bit. Now, safety pin, I am putting it with the connection side toward the front, because I think it's less likely to disconnect when it's set up this way. I'll lift the end up here so it's a little easier to catch. And there it is. It's all done. Now that spring is not going anywhere. Cup opens, cup holder opens nice and easy. And I'm going to wash these out and get everything reinstalled. Oh, and I also cleaned off the boot, got all the dust and everything off. And there's a little foam piece on the inside, which I'm going to cut a new piece of foam, just make a little loop and stick it back in there. It just keeps this from getting crinked in a weird way when you shift. So we'll get that in there and reassemble. All right, so we're gonna put this back together. I did not have a chance to get this worked out, but that's okay. I have places to go today, so I need to get my car back working again. All right, so the rear cup holder goes in first because the front one overlaps, so the rear tabs here share screws with the rear cup holder. So you want to put the rear one in first, and then the front one right after. And I'm going to go ahead and start all these screws. Now, the screws that this uses are, all of them are the same for the shift boot and the cup holders. So it makes it a little easier if you've taken everything apart. You don't have to worry so much about what goes where. Less to keep track of, which is pretty nice. And a screwdriver with a magnetic tip would be very handy for this. So I'm getting them all started here, so I can zip through and just put them all in place. We've got our shift boot. I put a new piece of foam in the back, like I mentioned. I cut it off of this guy. He's gonna miss it. So make sure this thing is oriented the right way. It's tapered, so it only goes in one direction. Let's stick that back down. And again, same screws all around the inside, which is good. one. I don't know what I'm more excited about, the upgraded shifting, that being fixed, or my cup holders being fixed. Probably the shifting, but the cup holders, man, that has bothered me for a long time. Super, super exciting. Go real light because I don't want to strip these little plastic posts out. Ooh, Skype. Somebody's contacting me on Skype. Looks good. These guys are good. One last check. Yeah, people are Skyping me. Alright. So now the top is all back together. Got some crud on here just now. That's great. And my cup holders now work like they're supposed to. It's a freaking miracle. And we're gonna go put this back in the car, and we're gonna call this little fix done for now. Hopefully that helped, especially with these guys. Fixed, yeah. See you guys later.